Most people think the debate about 380 is about stopping power or caliber, but I'm here to tell you it's not. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, my name is Anthony, and here we talk about all things preparedness, training, and education. And today we are talking 380 for concealed carry. So 380 has developed this reputation over time that it's outdated, it's underpowered, and it's just not enough. It's too small. And the default advice around the debate is, hey, just carry a 9mm. But the question is, if 9mm is so much better, then why hasn't 380 disappeared? And to be fair, look, that argument didn't come out of thin air or nowhere. The micro 9mm, starting with the Glock 43, they have changed everything. And the P365, they've changed the game forever because they've made it much easier than ever to carry 9mm in a very small package. So on paper, 380 starts to look unnecessary. But here's where that argument starts to break down. Because similar size doesn't necessarily always translate to similar experience. Even in small guns, 9mm has more recoil. Felt recoil is a very big difference in 9mm versus 380, especially when you have the 90 grain 380 rounds in self-defense. This is my wife's Glock 42, super easy to shoot, and she is the perfect test case for what we're talking about. She shoots the 43 or even the 26 or the 43X, and she finds the Glock 42 much more pleasant to shoot than any of the 9mm, much more flatter to shoot. So yes, the size gap between 9mm guns and 380 guns has gotten much smaller, but the experience gap hasn't been closed enough. And at the same time, look, 380 has improved itself technologically as far as defensive ammo goes. The modern 380 self-defense round performs a lot better than it used to. With good hollow points, you're getting much more expansion and penetration than the older rounds ever used to. Now, it's still not equal to 9mm, but it also isn't what people used to think it is anymore. So if it's not about raw performance or stopping power, what actually keeps 380 relevant? Well, the biggest advantage of 380 isn't power. It's actually carryability. See how that gun just disappears? No matter what you're doing or what you're wearing? It's lightweight, it's easy to carry, it's pleasant to shoot. And let's face it, if you don't carry it, it doesn't matter how capable or not it is on paper. And this is the part that gets missed in every caliber debate. People compare numbers, energy, penetration, and capacity, but none of that matters if the gun is too big, too heavy, or uncomfortable enough where you never carry it at all. What you saw at the beginning of this video, that's where 380 actually makes sense. Light clothing, movement, real life situations where you can carry, and you can carry no matter what you are doing or where you are going. That's a real advantage, and that's the advantage of 380. Now, this is my wife's Glock 42. I do carry a 9mm most of the time, if not a Glock 19 also. But my wife is 5'2", she's a petite lady, and she notices a big difference between carrying a 9mm and carrying a 380. She notices a big difference between shooting a 9mm and shooting a 380. She notices size difference, weight difference, concealability difference, and shootability difference. But none of that means 380 is perfect. Look, if you can carry 9mm and you can shoot 9mm and you can carry it comfortably and shoot it well, then you probably should carry 9mm. But for those who can't, 380 makes a lot of sense. And that's the real point of the debate. You see, 2 or 3 well-placed rounds of 380 far outweigh 2 or 3 missed rounds of 9mm or misplaced rounds of 9mm. See, at that point, these aren't competing anymore. 380 becomes a comfort first, carry it the most, and consistency focused choice. 9mm stays the performance first option, but 380 and 9mm are solving different problems. So micro 9s didn't make the 380 obsolete, they just narrowed its role. The real question isn't which one is better, but it's which one will you actually carry and be able to use efficiently to defend your life or the life of someone you love. As always, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you for making the choice to defend yourself and those you love. God bless you and yours.